Reporting live in Great Falls on Black Friday, Matt Holzapfel, MTN News. The clinic says they'll give their first vaccination tomorrow afternoon, while Benefis expects to start vaccinating their staff on Thursday morning. Let's use Benefis as an example. They have over 3,300 employees. They say they're still waiting on guidance from the state as to who should receive those initial 975 vaccines. As of 5:32, there's still no health order in place. The decision to reopen the border will fall on Canadian officials. After a long year of debating whether they should or shouldn't reopen, almost 1 year later, they're back in business with a new location. Several areas in and around Lewis and Clark National Forest have been evacuated. Senator Daines had to be in Washington this week for the upcoming vote on Supreme Court nominee Amy Coney Barrett. There are 8 census-designated reservations in Montana. With 1 month to go until the census deadline, 7 of them still have a self-response rate under 40%. The longer and heavier rains we see earlier in the year, the more the plants and the grass will grow. As those plants and grass dry out as we head into July, the more ideal the conditions are for fires. A lot of retailers pushing their customers to their online stores. While that could be fine for your major chain stores, it could have an adverse impact on the same group that's already had a tough year, locally owned businesses.
I've essentially ran the store with my husband. We had 8 employees previous to this, so I've been here essentially a little over 200 days straight.
The tough year isn't just about Black Friday for small businesses.
A lot of businesses in Great Falls are turning themselves inside out to find new ways to meet the needs of our local customers.
But this time of year typically kicks off the holiday shopping rush and hopefully a successful end of the year for these businesses.
It is sort of the kickoff of the holiday shopping season. It's not quite as busy down here until usually about December 10th, second week in December. But this year, actually, we are seeing a lot of increased traffic a little earlier in the year.
One advantage that major retailers have over these small businesses is resources. All businesses, no matter the size, have to consider capacity limits and social distancing this Black Friday and beyond. That makes online shopping a key part of this holiday season.
We have a lot of our inventory online.
We actually spent a lot of time this summer on when we had downtime, when we were quieter, and set up a whole online shopping experience for people.
Both Beth and Allison say even with the adjustments they have made, what will ultimately decide their fate this year is the community.
Every dollar that we spend right now is a vote for the kind of town that we want to live in. And so if we want to live in a town that has independent coffee shops and bookstores and outdoor stores, then we need to support them, not just when it's easy, but when it's a little bit more challenging.
It's hard to ask for help. It's just, nobody wants to be that person.
We have a little bit of a war on poverty. So then it's a long struggle, but we're doing what we can.
The average poverty rate per county in Montana is 12.9%. In Cascade County, that number is 13.4%. Yet a lot of food pantries in the area say they're seeing the same thing. People who need help but don't know how to ask.
Asking for help is really an act of courage.
The food pantries at Great Falls College MSU, Morningside Elementary School, and Vineyard Church Mercy Ministry all serve different demographics. They all say they've seen people afraid to ask for help.
I would like everyone to feel comfortable coming to me, but I know that some folks just aren't.
They're worried that they'll deplete our supplies or that somebody might need it more than them. And I assure them that there is enough to go around and that their needs are valid.
I think it's very overwhelming when you're a new family coming to a school and you don't know who to reach out to.
The amount of people in need has only grown since COVID-19 came to the U.S. A study by Columbia University found that stimulus checks from the CARES Act brought more than 18 million people out of poverty in April. When that unemployment money ran out, that number dropped to 4 million.
We were giving out an average of 5,000 to 6,000 pounds a month, and now it runs between 30,000 and 40,000 pounds a month.
Since the pandemic, we've had families from all ranges who have asked for help. So we don't assume that this family wouldn't. We just really reach out to everyone.
The two questions on the table: how did we get here? And where do we go from here?
We're doing what we do.
Well, we teach kids at a very young age to be independent. And, you know, that's what we're hoping, that they grow up to be independent, successful community members. And sometimes life doesn't always allow for those things to happen, and sometimes things get in the way. We need to be able to not judge and not make people feel embarrassed, because we all have situations in our lives at different times that we need support.
They can email me, they can call me. I set up an online order form, and they can just send me their order, and I will put it together, and they can just pick it up.
We love you. Just come. Just throw everything off to the side and just come. We just want to help. So we love you. Just show up.
Some of the very first COVID-19 vaccines have been administered to some Great Falls Clinic employees. In the words of one nurse who got one, it felt like almost nothing.
Tell me when you're going to do it.
So how did it feel compared to a normal flu shot?
Not much different. I don't think I felt anything, actually.
No.
Yeah.
No, pretty easy.
Very easy.
Very easy.
Great Falls Clinic physician assistant Tim Street received the first COVID-19 vaccine on Wednesday.
Just another shot in the arm. Hopefully one that'll stop this.
For many nurses who have seen what this pandemic can do firsthand, the hope is that this is some light at the end of the tunnel.
Maybe we've crested the mountain. That's my hope.
Yeah, I hope so too. I hope that this makes a difference.
Yeah.
Now they hope when the vaccines are more widely available, everyone feels comfortable getting it.
It's to save lives, you know. It's not just about you, it's about everybody.
It's just given to us in a condensed time frame as opposed to years and years. This is just months, which is amazing.
The clinic says they plan to give up to 500 vaccines over the next few days.